Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your mid-October 2020 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa, and this is Tessa's Tarot. Before I jump into your guys' reading, I just want to say a couple of things. I did pre-shuffle the decks so we can focus the reading, so we can focus the video on the reading and not the shuffling. I wanted to pre-shuffle them and just kind of like get them ready and just really get in the zone, especially because we are currently in Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And I'm trying to just like make sure the energies are as smooth as possible because the energies right now are kind of heavy, and they're kind of heavy, and like anything can really happen. And with a Mercury retrograde, it usually means trouble in communication. It means that there might be some resistance. And Gemini, with you guys being the sign that represents communication, like you might be feeling that pressure right now. You might be feeling that. And actually, while I was shuffling your guys' cards, like some of the energies that I was picking up for you guys right now was that like you might feel a desire to kind of insert your will and to, put your will out into the universe, but you're also kind of feeling the heaviness of the energy, and you're feeling a little bit of that resistance and feeling some of those blockages, okay, going on around you. There was also something else. Oh, the name Sandy, totally random, but the name Sandy, Sandy, that name was coming up like very, very like in my face while I was shuffling. So if that's relevant to anybody, then I don't know what that's all about. But it could be a sign if somebody was looking for a sign. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started on your guys' reading. I'm using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and I'm going to pull 11 cards from the Oracle deck, with one card being the underlying energy. For Tarot, we have Influence of the Angels Tarot. We're going to pull one tarot card for each of the Oracle cards after I pull all of them out, and then 3 tarot cards at the very end to wrap everything up. So for your underlying energy, we have the Shadow Self. Okay, so you might be doing some shadow work right now. You're probably feeling some of these heavier energies, and it's kind of forcing you to, because you're being met with like some blockages, it's kind of forcing you to go inside and work through some of these like, really these qualities that you have that make you want to be assertive and aggressive and like go out there, so there might be some kind of, trying to break through some blockages internally, trying to work through your shadow self, and just kind of like stay balanced. I think you're trying to kind of stay balanced through it all. Okay, let's continue. We have divine timing. Yeah, so it's kind of like I think you kind of know like this too shall pass. This is just how I'm feeling right now. It'll be over. But there is also a sense of waiting for something. I feel like you're waiting for something. Maybe a letter. Maybe you're getting ready to sign a contract with somebody. A realtor? I don't know. I'm getting a feeling of signing something. Like you're waiting for something legal. And then we have thought. Okay. So kind of like deep in thought about something, thinking about something. This time period that we're in right now, it's really taking people a lot into their memories and things from the past that they need to let go, parts of their shadow self that they need to get rid of that's kind of like not really doing anything for them anymore. It's just dragging them down, things that you need to release. So you might be kind of lost in thought a little bit. Love. Thinking about love. Thinking about your partner. You could be reflecting about relationships you had in the past. Enchantment. That is interesting. If you're single, I think you're wondering if you're ready to love again. Okay, if you're single. If you're in a relationship, maybe you're thinking about how you can kind of like bring the magic back into your guys' life. Okay. Playfulness. Okay. So, yeah, when we're dealing with these really, really heavy energies, this is needed. This is like super necessary. Playfulness. Very, very important when we're dealing with these heavy energies. And if you're going through just a little mini period of depression, whether it's small, whether it's big, you got to remember to be playful. You have to be able to joke about it. You have to be able to kind of lighten. Don't give it so much power to where you can't get out of it, you know? So I feel like this is kind of like a reminder to be playful. That's what's going to bring the magic and enchantment back into your life. Awakening. So we're having kind of an epiphany moment about something. This is kind of like the Judgment card or the Ace of Swords. Okay. I think you might, maybe like next week, towards the end of the month, you might kind of have a moment of like, oh wow, and you'll realize something pretty big, or you'll have a realization about something. Okay, we have harmony. Taurus also got this. Yeah. Maybe you're awakening to your spiritual self. Maybe you're kind of awakening to a new way of looking at things. You know, you could be awakening to astrology. You could be awakening to kind of embracing a more spiritual path. Awakening to kind of like figure out how you can bring more balance into your life, more harmony, a deeper sense of being connected to things, the things around you. And kind of like, you know, I really do feel like this goes together, like an awakening, because this girl, she's looking up. You see like both of their faces, both of their heads are tilted upward. Okay. And actually in the shadow self, in the shadow card, she's also looking upward, which is interesting. In the love card, she's also looking upward. Could be divine love, trying to accept divine love so you can work through your shadow self a little bit better, because you know what? Your shadow self is very much, it's rooted in the underworld. It's rooted in earth. It's rooted, so to balance yourself out, you look up. You know, it's kind of like letting the light filter through so it can break through those barriers. You know, looking towards a higher power, looking towards a more divine nature, you know, wondering about life again, wondering about where we come from. That's all magic. That's all part of the spiritual experience. And that helps us, you know, that helps us. This also looks kind of like existential, you know. We have abundance. Yeah, you want to bring you want to bring joy into your life. Like, you're awakening to maybe like a higher sense of understanding, a higher being. And it's like telling them, like, I want to be happy. Like you're looking up, like, bring me beauty, bring me love, bring me happiness, bring me money, like, bring me financial stability, like, everything. Release. Yeah. Just let go. And just let go. Like, let it take over. Like, release whatever, all the feelings that were coming through when you had this awakening. It's gonna start to flush out some of that shadow energy that you were dealing with. Sorry, I'm like sniffling. I feel like it's gonna start to flush it out a little bit. You just have to release it and let it go. There's so many different ways you can release it. You can, do it through creative energy. You can do it through writing. You can do it through dancing. You can do it through other physical activities. I mean, release is also it could be very sexual. Kind of like releasing that energy. Like let go, release all that, like that baggage, that, those burdens that you were holding in your heart, and they don't belong there. They don't belong there anymore. New beginnings. Bam. Okay. So things are going to kind of like refresh itself. So life is going to kind of, it's at the end of this particular cycle down here. This looks like a very important cycle. Okay. This looks like a very important cycle. And it's going to bring you to like a new beginning with a new perspective. Okay, let's start pulling tarot cards. So for divine timing, we have 10 of Cups. Wow, Gemini. Wow. Mars in Pisces. This is the happiest of the happiest cards, of like aside from the Sun card. This is emotional fulfillment. This is family. And if you're not into the whole children thing, partnership, friendship, having the people in your life that you love, just like happiness, like friends, happiness, and more happiness and stability, emotional fulfillment. So this is with divine timing. So this might very well be connected to, this could be connected to your future. I see this as like signing yourself off to the future of your dreams. For most of you, I'm feeling this like maybe a year from now. Okay. I don't know, it could be marriage for some of you, to be honest. Or a new house. Realtor, new house. Her name might be Sandy. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. You put the pieces together. Okay. Ace of Wands for thought. New ideas. Okay, yeah. So, thinking about how to like reignite the flame, okay? You're thinking about how to reignite the flame, the passion. And I'm feeling this for people who are in relationships. And if you're single, maybe you just kind of need to like wake that side of you up again a little bit, you know. Because Gemini, your sign is a masculine energy. You are the go-getters. You go after what you want. So whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, we all carry an instinctual need for passion. Okay? Love, Two of Cups. Yeah, a lot of you are in relationships. Or it's the beginning of a relationship. Or you have a crush on somebody. You got your eye on somebody. Okay? So maybe you want to, and if you've been in a relationship for a long time, it's like going back to those moments that made you fall in love with them in the first place. Reigniting the passion. Bringing magic back in. Bringing enchantment back in. Being playful again. How can I make myself any more clear? Ace of Cups. For enchantment, new love, a beginning in love, okay? So yeah, for those of you who are single, like, you're just like, bring it, come on. You know, you probably have somebody in mind. You probably have somebody in mind, and they're like, you know, they're doing something to you. They're making you feel things, and you like it. And then, like I said, for those who have been in a relationship, just kind of, you know, figuring out new ways to keep the romance alive, you know. Doing romantic things for each other, little gestures, the smallest things can make the biggest difference. Oh my God, like writing little love notes, bringing your sweetheart a flower, making them breakfast in the morning, you know, giving them a sweet little kiss before they leave to work. Like little things like that are enchantment. That is enchantment. Enchantment? See this awesome, beautiful mermaid? You know, you guys can learn a lot from these mythical beings. These mythical beings are just like that. They are what make us believe in things like love and forever. Playfulness, the Hermit card. Very interesting combination, may I say. Virgo energy. This is very interesting. I'm going to drink my Vita Coco. I forgot what it was called for a moment. Playfulness in the Hermit. Okay. Listen, it's okay to go into retreat. It's okay to want to be alone. But don't let it like suck you in to where you become so serious, you know? There's something weird about this energy. I feel like this is a reversal. This could be somebody that you're dealing with, Gemini. Maybe you have a partner who's a little bit more in their head. Maybe you have a partner who's a little more like, oh, leave me alone. I want to be alone. And the way to kind of get them out of their shell is by kind of be playful. Because I'm not feeling this Hermit energy as you. You're already in a reflective state right now, but not so much to the point to where you're disconnecting yourself. This Hermit energy, I'm feeling the opposite, which is like severe, like really disconnecting themselves. So I don't really feel like that's you. So it could be somebody in your surroundings or your partner. Somebody who maybe needs a little bit of your help. to kind of get them out of their little shell. And the suggestion over here is to be playful, to be kind of like cute and just charming, you know? Be like cute and charming about it. Put a smile on your face, you know, giggle, maybe tease them a little bit. All right, for awakening, we have 3 of Cups. This is Mercury in Cancer. It's possible that you have this little epiphany, maybe when you spend some time with your friends. Maybe you go out with your girlfriends or your boyfriends, and the time that you spend with them, just kind of like somebody says something, one of your friends makes a statement, or something new has come in their lives, and like it makes you think, it makes you go, maybe I should try that. Okay, maybe I should try that. It kind of wakes you up to, it makes you open to a new way of doing things, or to incorporating a new kind of lifestyle. Okay. For harmony, we have 5 of Cups, Mars and Scorpio. Yeah. So it does kind of look like you're looking towards a higher power a little bit. I wonder if something happens. Okay, this is going to seem really funny because like when I pulled this card, I was like, is this you? Like, because the card before was a 3 of Cups, which is a happy card. It's about celebration with friends and spending time with people. But then suddenly we get this 5 of Cups, which is like disappointment and sadness and regret. And usually this is about like something that happens with a partner or with a family member or a friend. But it just wasn't really, I wasn't feeling the connection in an emotional sense. So then I was looking, and then I thought, oh, she's probably just hungover. I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's probably because I never in my life read this card as her being hungover. Look at this. Okay, so in the card, it's like her dress is soaking wet. And all the cups are filled over. And I never once thought like, she's drunk. She's drunk. But you know what? Sometimes when we get drunk, you know, I mean, I don't think there is one person who has gotten drunk in their lives and not once been emotional or like broke down and like told all their feelings to somebody. So that could be something like that. Like maybe you got drunk and you spilled all your feelings to a friend, and then your friend was like, let me tell you about this yoga thing that I discovered. Oh my God, it's going to change your life. Something like that. That's an example. Okay. It's going to bring you harmony. You're going to see things so much clearer. Da 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 da. So it's like something kind of happens with friends, something related to friends, and then something happens, and then they give you advice. And for abundance, we have the Strength card. This is Leo. Okay. So yeah, you're gathering up the courage. You're gathering up the courage to go after this, to do this. Because you're starting to see, and you're starting to really see how it's making you feel good. You think it's going to make you feel good. You can feel that it's going to make you feel good because your friend helped you feel good. Sorry. I don't know. But you're starting to see the value, okay? You're starting to see the value in it. Because abundance, that's about value. Abundance incorporates so many different things. It incorporates financial wealth, beauty, art, and really just feeling like you have it all, like it's hugging you. And you're starting to see the value in that. You know, you're starting to see the spiritual value in it too. Release. 6 of Cups. Sun in Scorpio. For some of you, especially if you are in between being single, okay, there's really no such thing as being in between, but if you're single or you do have your eye on somebody or you're talking to somebody or you want new love with somebody, this somebody could be somebody from your past that wants to kind of come in and help release some of your burdens, so to speak. But for others of you, this is about releasing old childhood wounds and memories. Maybe even with your current partner, opening up to them about something from your childhood. Opening up to them about some of your memories that have been really heavy inside your heart, and releasing that and letting it go. And once you start opening up that side of yourself to your partner, it deepens the relationship. It deepens the partnership. It deepens the intimacy. It deepens everything. And then it leads to a new beginning. And then we have the moon. Wow. No wonder that shadow self came out. New beginning. Ooh. You are going to see a whole new side of yourself, Gemini. And so will somebody else. Okay, so it looks like you're gonna, a more emotional side of you is gonna start coming out, and that shadow self is gonna start to dissipate. Just breathe. Just take deep breaths. Deep breaths. It's heavy. And with this full moon coming up for Halloween in Taurus, this new beginning, it's gonna get deep. You just have to stay in touch with your emotions and stay balanced. It might get a little heavy there. It might get a little heavy. This is a long reading. I think this is the second longest video I did so far. First, the other one was Pisces. Man. The moon card is a Pisces card. I don't know if there's a connection in that, but you might still have a hard time completely letting go, okay? This shadow self of yours, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to fully open up. And that's fine. I mean, you can't share everything at once, you know? Part of the journey is like slowly opening up, like releasing, you know, the energy in different ways. You might end up discovering different ways. Okay. So the final cards, we have Two of Swords. I'm having a moment. Moon in Libra. King of Wands. This is Leo. Nine of Swords. This is your guys' card. This is Mars in Gemini. A little bit of anxiety here. You're going to be in your feels a little bit. You're not going to know. You might have some blockages, and maybe you won't know what to share. You might feel a little like you don't exactly even know what you're feeling. You're not even completely sure what you're feeling. And not talking about it, it might be released in other ways. If you choose not to talk about it, it's going to come out in other ways. Like passion and that fire energy, you know. Maybe a little bit of anger, a little bit of dominant, kind of like, I want to do things my way, you know. A little bit of anxiety at the end over here, overthinking, maybe you can't sleep. Don't do this to yourself. Just open up. I know it's easier said than done. But sometimes I understand. Sometimes it's like once we open those doors, it's like a floodgate. And it can create a whole other thing. That's why it's important to keep your emotions balanced. Because it's like once we start sharing our feelings and opening up those doors, it can create this like ricochet effect. And then we start thinking about all these other things. And then maybe we start worrying like, oh, well, what if he doesn't want to be with me anymore now? We start to like psych ourselves out. And we start to our minds start to play tricks on us. Telling us our shadow self can be very, very powerful. The shadow self, man, like they will play tricks on you, especially if, you heard things from your childhood that was like very self-deprecating or it kind of crushed your self-worth, and we can really start getting in our heads about our self-worth and start thinking negatively about things. So this is going to be a really important time for you to kind of like deepen your sense of understanding of who you are, deepen your memories, like deepen all that. So this is so interesting, but it looks like towards the end of October, things are okay for right now. Things are actually like really good right now. And then towards the end of October, you might kind of start to face some challenges in the realm of your emotions, okay, and your feelings about yourself. All right, Gemini, so I need to wrap up this video. It's going to take forever to upload, but I did enjoy doing this reading for you guys. I hope you guys like, subscribe, and tune in to the November 2020 reading. I will be here, and I will, keep going with your story. All right, see you next time.